I want you. It's no longer a question of choice, a question of actual wanting. We have gone beyond that. You know it, I know it. I want what's inside that cardigan, that skirt. What kind of panties are you wearing? If you don't tell me, I'll reach right under there and pull them off your legs. Then I'll put them in my pocket. They will be mine. That vivid and intimate thing, that object. Lindsay turned away from us toward the stage, was still our listener, our auditor, and in everything we said there was acknowledgment of this, although she couldn't hear a word, of course, through the flutes and bouzoukis. A dancer leaped, struck his black boot with the palm of his hand in mid-air, slapped it hard. Here's what I want to say about your makeup. No, please. It's compelling without being sexy or lurid. That's the odd thing. It's a statement of some sort, isn't it? The body is supple, open, airy, and free. The face is masked, almost bitterly masked. I am not the kind of man who tells women who they are or what they mean. So we will just let it lay. We will let it rest. The face, the mask, the cracked scarlet. I don't do this. What I am doing listening to this, not to mention I have to go to the ladies' room. Let me go with you. I want to, please. I am not so indecisive. I can't get up and go home. It's just a sleepiness that keeps me here. I know exactly. Are you sleepy too? That's it exactly. A sleepiness. She put a hand to my face, briefly, and looked at me with a strange sympathy, an understanding of something that applied to us both. Then she went downstairs, where the toilets were. I looked diagonally across the table to see the great balcony head of Andreas Eliades. He sat talking to Hardman. Remember, we had sat with 4 glasses of brandy in that seaside taverna, waiting for David and Lindsay to come up from the beach. Hardman's name, Hardman's plane, a sandstorm in Cairo. In the passing of time, that night seemed to deepen its weave. It was like a mingled reminiscence I carried with me, the selective memories of those who were there. Moments kept coming back to me, precise textures, the brand names of cigarettes, the old guitarist's eyes, his seamed brown hand, and what the burden said. And who plucked the grape from the wet bunch, and where people sat, how we rearranged ourselves around the table as the evening passed through its own solid objects, to become what is now. Eliades seemed more and more the means of some connection. We nodded to each other and I made a scattered gesture to indicate I didn't know what I was doing in a place like this. I realized Lindsay was looking at me. She sat straight across from me, an empty chair on either side of her. Andreas was at the far end, facing Hardman, who had moved. I said to Andreas, "We keep running into each other." He shrugged. I shrugged. David was between Hardman and me. Janet's chair was to my left. Where people sat seemed important to me, although I didn't know why. "Don't stare," I said to Lindsay. "It makes me feel you are making up your mind about something." "About going home," she said. Whose idea was this anyway? Somebody wanted to see Greek dancing. Andreas asked her whether she was learning verbs. Another memory, a fragment of that summer night. They tried to chat politely through the amplified sound. David leaned my way to fix me with a sad-eyed look. "We haven't talked," he said. "I know. I wanted to talk. We never get to talk. We will talk soon. We will talk tomorrow. We will have lunch." When he and Lindsay were gone, I didn't move closer to the two men, and when Janet Ruffin came back to the table, she sat in Lindsay's chair. It was like a board game. Two sets of people facing each other, two sets of empty chairs. Hardman ordered another round. They are talking business, I said to her. Shipments, tonnage. Who is the bearded man? Business. A businessman. He looks like one of those priests. He is having an affair with Anne Madeline, probably. Do you know her? Why would you tell me something like that? I would tell you anything tonight. There are no strategies. I mean it. I would tell you anything. I would do anything for you. But why? The way you danced. But you said I wasn't very good. The way you moved, your legs, your breasts, what you are. Never mind technique. What you are. How pleased you were with yourself. But I don't think that's true. How pleased you were. I insist on that. I almost think, in a roundabout way, you are trying to bring out my vanity. You are not vain, you are hopeful. Vanity is a defensive quality. It contains an element of fear. It's a look into the future, into wasting away and death. Another dancer leaps. I'm at that certain stage in a night of drinking and talking when I see things clearly, through a small opening, a window in space. I know things. I know what we are going to say before we say it. What did Lindsay say? She only looked at me. Are these bank people? Refrigerators. They are going to wonder what we are saying. I would like to walk out of here with your panties in my back pocket. You would have to follow me, wouldn't you? I would like to slip my hand under your blouse and detach your bra. I want to sit here and talk to you knowing I have got your bra and panties in my pocket. That's all I ask. The knowledge of a bareness under your clothes. Knowing that, sitting here talking to you and knowing you were naked under your clothes. This would enable me to live another 10 years. This knowledge alone, independent of food and drink. Are you wearing a bra, in fact? I'm not one of those men who can tell at a glance. I have never had the self-assured powers of observation that would allow me to say that this or that woman was or was not wearing a bra. As a kid, I never stood on street corners and estimated cup measurements. There goes a C cup, like that, with total self-assurance. Please, I think I ought to go. Only to put my hands under your clothes, no more than that. What we did as kids, adolescent sex, how happy that would make me. A back room in your family's summer bungalow. A mildewed room, a darkening, a sudden rain. Move against me, push me off, pull me onto you again. Worried about someone coming back from the lake, the yard sale. Worried about everything we are doing. The rain loosens every fresh smell in the countryside. It comes in on us from outdoors. Rain fresh, rain washed, lovely, sweet smelling, a chill in the summer air. It's nature, it's sex. And you pull me onto you and worry and tell me not to, not to. See how sentimental I am, how cheap and innocent. They are coming back from the lakeside bar, the one on stilts called Mikey's Landing, where you wait on tables when you are feeling bored. But the dancing isn't sexy to me. It's not that at all. I know that, I know. It's part of the point. Part of the reason I want you so badly. Your long, white and well-meaning body. Oh, thanks. Your body has worn out over marriage. It's better for the experience. It's widely beautiful. How old are you? 35? 34. Wearing a cardigan. Is a cardigan what women wear when they don't want to talk about themselves? How can I talk? This isn't real to me. You danced. That was real. I don't do this. You danced. This talk we are having means nothing to you and everything to me. You danced. I didn't. I'm trying to return to you some idea of how deeply you affected me. Dancing, barefoot, in arm-length gloves, in filmy things, and of how you affect me right now, sitting here, so hard to find under the eyeshadow, the mascara, the lip gloss, the lipstick. The way you sit here unmoved by our talking excites hell out of me. I am not unmoved. I want to reach you in the most direct of ways. I want you to say to yourself, he is going to do something and I don't know what it is, but I want him to do it. Janet. We were all drinking scotch. Andrea still in his raincoat. Your voice, when you were telling us about your body, about the lessons, the practices, the hips do this, the belly does that, your voice was 4 inches outside your body. It began at a point about 4 inches beyond your lips. I don't know what you mean. There's a lack of connection between your words and the physical action they describe, the parts of the body they describe. This is what draws me to you so intensely. I want to put your voice back inside your body where it belongs. How do you do that? I half smiled, skeptical and tired. By making you see yourself in a different way, I guess. By making you see me, making you feel the heat of my wanting. Do you feel it? Tell me if you do. I want to hear you say it. Say heat. Say wet between my legs. Say legs. Seriously, I want you to. Stockings. Whisper it. The word is meant to be whispered. I can sit and listen to you and I can tell myself this is real and I can tell myself he means it. But it's just so foreign to me. I don't know the responses. James. Call me James. Oh shit, please. Use names, I said. No more drinks. I don't do this.